specialties within it. Massive team, and if you don't understand how to get to them, we can always funnel you through. We also, this year coming up, have 2 wellness interns who are from Emmanuel College, which is the sister college of Victoria College within the University of Toronto. Within Victoria University. Sorry, you and I get confused, and I've been here for 100 years. They will be offering group and individual sessions. So there's psychotherapy students who are completing their internships, and they'll be doing a whole bunch of stuff that's specific to the time. So homesickness when you arrive, they'll do academic anxiety sessions and workshops. You'll see more about that later. And we also, of course, our whole office has all kinds of training in crisis support and student response and referrals, so we're here to help you if you like. I'm going to turn the page and realize that it's still me. Did you see that? I learned from my errors. Other student life supports. We have one-on-one international student supports. If you are an international student, you can come and talk to me later if you like, and we can chat about that. And there are also tables set up where you'll be able to find more information about that later. We do transitions, involvement, leadership, mentorship opportunities for international students, for whom sometimes it's a little tricky because you're not only starting university for the first time, but many of them are starting in Canada for the first time. So that's an important one. We also have a one-on-one career advising opportunity. So Vic Student Success and Career Advisor, who's Kathy Weinmack in our office, is here to help you, and she can chat. It doesn't have to be career advising, FYI, isn't just about what job am I going to get, it's also about figuring out yourself to figure out what jobs might fit. So going to see somebody about careers is a good idea, even if you don't specifically know what you want the goal to be. And then we also have a ton of other stuff for residents and commuter life. We have student dons, we have residence life coordinator, residence operations. Wanda Hughes, are you in the room? Up here. Wanda Hughes is the person who can answer all questions about residents. And now it is, still me! It's driving me crazy. We have 2 signature Vic programs that run out of our office. One is called Ideas for the World, which is a community outreach program. We go and recruit people from community centers and shelters, etc., and then our students are mentors in discussion groups, and faculty come in and lecture. It's pretty excellent. Humanities for Humanity, Theater for Thought. We've had 3,000 students go through it, and it's gone on for quite a few years now. It's a really neat opportunity to, with no grades, no marks, no stress, actually engage a little bit differently in academic material. And we have all kinds of conferences and special discussions that we offer. Minding Our Minds is one on mental health in higher education, and Campus Reconciliations is one on Indigenous issues in higher education. You'll sign up, get our newsletter, and you'll find all kinds of updates. Vic Ready is a community-based program designed to help you navigate your, what does it say, current and future career paths, which is actually more or less what I've just spoken about, although it's an entire program. So we have a boot camp where you can come and sign up, especially for first-year students, November 6th to 10th, which is the fall break for first-year students, and just start to get yourself thinking about your path during it so that you can think about your path after. Now we're going to talk about student summer advising and drop-ins. Just kidding, that's actually our page.
So there is a whole lot of information, which is why these yellow QR codes that you'll receive on the way out are going to be so helpful. But in terms of summer, we have online summer advising sessions for students. So it's timely information on academic tasks that you need to know about in the next couple of months before you return in September, and information that'll be helpful for you throughout your first year. And there's different theme topics with residence, student life, and academic info. And in addition to that, online in the summer, we also have Zoom drop-in sessions. So it's an open forum every week where students can join online and ask about summer timelines, tasks leading up to September. If you're confused or have a question, that's a great time to get that answered. And then we also offer, we also offer one-on-one academic and financial aid advising appointments and drop-in sessions throughout the academic year. And we also work closely with the Vic Writing Center if you're looking for help in the fall with some of your writing for your courses, or with some of the science classes in math, chemistry, and physics. We have peer tutors that can help with that. And then the Registrar's Office also liaises closely with the academic programs departments and the Faculty of Arts and Science overall. So I'll now introduce Alexa to talk a little bit about accessibility services, followed by Ben, who will talk about the Learning Strategist programs.
Hello everyone, my name is Alexa Kirkland. I'm the Interim On-Location Accessibility Advisor at Victoria College. So this summer, Carrie Clayton will be returning to the role, so some of you may be working with Carrie, which is really exciting. So I think when I talk to new students, a lot of them aren't really sure if they can register with accessibility services. So some of you may have an IEP with accommodation throughout high school. If that's you, you can register with our office to receive accommodation. Sometimes students don't want to register with us and they want to try university without those supports. What we encourage is that you do register. If your disability is episodic in nature, the accommodations are there for you as you need them. All of our accommodations are on an opt-in basis. So even if you have an accommodation plan, you don't have to use the accommodations all the time. So there are about 6,000 students registered with accessibility services at the St. George campus. And I will say that some students registered with our office don't identify with the word disability, and that's okay too. The highest number of registrants, about 54%, I believe, are registered with a mental health related diagnosis. So anxiety, depression, schizophrenia, eating disorders. We also support students who have physical health or chronic health disabilities. So when you think about diabetes or just, there's a wide range. And so what I'll say is, if you feel like you might need some support, feel free to come by. I will have a table with Ben in Old Vic after your student sessions. So come by, ask questions, and we respect privacy and confidentiality too. So if you don't want to talk to me at the table, that's okay. You can always reach out to our front desk team. Check out our website because we have information about how you can register. Registration is a 3-step process. So to start, we do need a certificate of disability filled out by a healthcare practitioner. And the second step is for you to fill out an online intake, so we get to learn more about you and any barriers on your academic journey so far. And then the final step is that you will receive an intake appointment, so a 1-hour meeting with the on-location advisor, Carrie, this summer, or someone at our central office as well. And then you'll be set up with an academic accommodation plan. So we provide support with test and exam accommodations, in-course accommodations, or experiential learning. You can register with our office any time in the year, but one important date is July 14th. If you want your accommodation plan in place before the first day of class, you need to have your intake package into our office before July 14th. So just keep that date in mind. It doesn't mean you can't register after, but if you want to ensure your accommodations are in place by the first day of class, please register by July 14th. And one thing I will say is that accommodation is only one area of support. We really care about holistic care, making sure students feel empowered and engaged in their classes. So while we do provide accommodation, we also want to make sure that you feel supported with mental health and wellness, getting study skills and strategies in place to help you, because it is a big transition to university. So that's all I'll say here. There are some QR codes that you can check out, and I'll see you at Old Vic, and I'll pass it along to Ben.
Thank you, Alexa. Hi friends, my name is Benjamin Potroff. I'm a learning strategist here at the University of Toronto. So like my colleague Alexa, who works for Accessibility Services, there's another unit here at the University of Toronto called Academic Success, and our mission is to help you in the ongoing evolution of your study skills. Many of you started high school not yet with all of those skills you needed to be the successful students that got you into U of T. You learned many of them along the way, and that's really the role of our department. We do so in a couple of different ways. If you come to visit me in the information booth, I'd love to share you a little bit about some of the incoming programming that we're doing. We've listened to students, first-year students over the last few years, and figured out just a couple of the spots where they tend to trip as they're evolving their skill sets. We put together this wonderful 3-set module, thinking first a little bit about how you study and how to transition that action of studying to the university context. We have another session on how to plan, recognizing that you're stepping from a very supportive learning environment in high school to a very independent learning environment in university. And then the final workshop we added was how to stay motivated, really emphasizing consistency over perfection as strategies to help you be successful here at the University of Toronto. So in addition to fun workshops that I'd love to tell you about a little bit later at the information booth, we also have a suite of asynchronous resources for you to draw on throughout your studies, whether they're tip sheets about how to master multiple choice tests or strategies to take into the increasing volume of reading you may find yourself doing. Final resource I'd like to highlight very quickly is here at Victoria College, we have an on-location learning strategist, and that's me. It's really a way at the University of Toronto that we've found to shorten the line And the primary service that I provide is meeting with you one-on-one for about 45-minute conversations where we reflect on your learning, we identify the strengths that are there, we figure out what some of those learning challenges are, and then we collaborate on coming up with strategies to help you address those challenges. They're really fun conversations. You may imagine yourself writing your first midterm, getting the results back, and not quite understanding why the results look like that. And that is a great time to come visit a learning strategist. We can talk about how you prepared, we can talk about your feedback, we can adjust your study approach so you can be even more successful moving forward. So I would love to talk to you about your learning. I will certainly be here a little bit later with my colleague Alexa in Old Vic, and after that I'm going to push this button and we'll all find out together what happens next. Connect with us, friends.
Thank you, Alexa, and thank you, Ben. So yes, we mentioned a couple times now, we've got these QR codes, so you can follow along with. There was a lot of information in those past few slides, and we also invite you to follow us on social media, and the handles are up there too. And lastly, we also have a student bulletin that comes out from the Office of the Dean of Students and the Office of the Registrar bi-weekly starting in September, with lots of information, reminders, dates, upcoming events, so a helpful tool every 2 weeks so that you can keep on top of things and opportunities that are coming your way. So that brings us to the end of this portion of the session. Next, we're going to be splitting everybody into groups based on your admission categories so that you can meet with academic advisors. So the next step for what you should do is take a look at your name tag. There you'll find a color which should match the admission stream that you'll be going to. And then you can match it to the colors there. Hold tight just before you leave. Once you exit the theater, you'll find a group of student leaders holding a sign with those same colors, and those students will take you to the room so that you can find your way. If you don't have a name tag, you can meet Sarah in the hallway. She's wearing a long red dress. And parents and family members can stay here.
Don't worry about that right now.
Yeah, I know. I didn't want you to think, oh, she doesn't want to sit next to me. And I'm like, I realized that I was like, the heat is rising, so I'm going down there.
If you want me to just...
Well, I brought a jacket because I was in No, I agree. I need to go down with you.
I texted her and said, it's really hot up there. She said, oh, it's cool down here.
No.
No.